Hello, welcome to Old Nerd Reads His Marvel Comics in Order. This is episode 33, and this time I read Fantastic Four number 171. But before we get started, let's have a sip of this Dunkin' Donuts. Hot coffee. Ooh, good stuff though. Ah, yes. Not in the best shape. There's a lot of spine ticks on it. They're not big and um they're not like total folds in half. I watched a Facebook Marketplace video this morning. Somebody listed a bunch of comic books for sale, and on Facebook Marketplace, if you list anything on there, one of the first things they ask you during the picture uploading process is if you have a video, you get more clicks. So people are always uploading videos now as their first image in a Facebook Marketplace listing. So I'm looking at this video of this comic book listing this morning, and it's got a bunch of 80s stuff, Marvel 80s stuff like Alpha Flight, Power Pack. There was some Nexus in there from First Comics. But now I'm going to sound like a jerk, but it's bothered me forever. The person doing the video, like he's got his hand in there, like, kind of like I'm doing, and he's like bending them over so you can show you what's underneath it in the pile, folding over the spine, and that's driven me nuts for years. I mean, there's this guy in this video mouth breathing. That's all you can hear is him mouth breathing, and all I can think is, man, this is such a stereotypical dumbass. I'm sorry, I'm ranting, but ever since, like, I can remember going to a comic book store, and like how does that not make the comic book store owner like lose his mind when he sees customers out there just like folding the comic book over to see what is behind it in the stack or in the spinner rack, Anyway, my spine ticks aren't quite that bad. This hasn't been folded over, I don't think. Maybe it has a little bit right there, but the cover's a little rough. The back cover's a little rough. See, you've got some staining going on there, but it's probably fine condition. Pages aren't too bad. This is another Roy Thomas, George Perez production with a surprise reappearance by Rich Buckler for the first 3 pages. So that's kind of cool. So this page and these 2 pages are the old series artist, Rich Buckler, coming back just to do a couple pages. I wonder what the story is. I didn't see anything in the letters column about why he did these first 3 pages. Like maybe he worked on this story before he left and George Perez finished it. Hard to say. But anyway, we've got the Thing in his we've got Ben Grimm in his Thing suit that Mr. Fantastic built for him after the Thing was depowered by being exposed to the Hulk's gamma rays a few issues back. And Reed says you're doing good. You're about 90% as powerful as you used to be when you actually were the Thing. Now we get to George Perez's first page, and you can tell right off the bat he's got that style and those explosions. That's how you can tell it's George Perez from a mile away. Here's Frankie Ray is back. Johnny Storm was able to go beg her to go on another date with him after she deserted him, seeing him turn into the Human Torch a few issues back when he was fighting the Crusader. But again, he just can't not be the Human Torch around Frankie, because stuff keeps happening. Now a spaceship lands in the park, and of course, wouldn't you know it, a golden ape gets out of it. So he's got a flame on, traumatizing Frankie, but then he realizes, oh wait, I just told her I'm not going to flame on in front of her. He tries to apologize, and he lets the golden ape run loose so he can have a girlfriend. Here's some Marvel goodies. Those tumblers, those glasses. One of them's Super Stan. That's Stan Lee on the left. I think I remember those glasses. I think I remember people having them or seeing them somewhere. But you could get a signed copy of Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man for $5 and $1 postage and handling. Ah, the '70s. We missed them. And that was even during like an economic downturn in the '70s. So still, the money, our money's worth today is not anywhere near what it was 50 years ago. And this golden ape goes crazy, does the King Kong bit. He grows. He grows to King Kong size. And naturally, he's attracted to the Baxter building. We got Sue. This is just like right out of King Kong. Sue's in her little apron because she's made lunch for her and Mr. Fantastic. But of course, the giant monkey smashes through and grabs her just like Fay Ray. There's more telltale George Perez art. See the bubbles, the energy bubbles, and the rubble. That's how you know it's George Perez. So Mr. Fantastic and the Thing, they have to go save Sue. Let's see what else. Oh, Mighty Marvel checklist for this week. On sale 4th week of March, 1976. Eventually, not too long after this, the Mighty Marvel checklist would be the same all month. They just put the entire month in the checklist, and no matter which week you bought your comic, it would have all the comics for that month. But this is cool. I wish they would have kept doing this. Just the stuff that was on sale this week. Let's see what's on sale here that I will be reading in this series. Marvel Team Up 46, I have that. Iron Man 87, I have that. Marvel Presents Guardians of the Galaxy, I have that. Fantastic Four 171, I have that. Warlock 13, I do not have. Do not have any issues of Warlock from back then. I wish I did. I'd like to read them. I think that's Jim Starlin. Let's see. And see, they're back at Frankie's apartment, and Johnny's trying to bust a move with her, but they've got the radio on, and it's reporting on this giant golden ape going amok in New York City. And he tells Frankie, I gotta save my sister and the rest of the FF. I can't just let it go. And I like what he says here. He says he's cutting out. He doesn't care that it's going to traumatize her that he turns into the Human Torch. He's cutting out. And he says, I don't know which of us I respect less. You for asking me not to go, or me for wanting to. I think you got to go with her for expecting you not to go save people's lives. I don't like this Frankie Ray. It says here that she has some sort of secret, and that's why she can't stand it when he turns into the Human Torch. Frankie Ray suddenly knows the truth at last, that all this has happened to her before. So that'll probably be revealed slowly over the course of the series until she finally becomes a Herald of Galactus. But for now, not a very likable character. But yeah, Johnny joins the fray. Sue uses her powers to escape. And finally, by using the teamwork of the Fantastic Four, Sue does the same thing to the ape that she did to the Hulk a few issues back, basically uses her force field to compress him, and he shrinks back down to normal size and falls off the building unconscious. Johnny saves him almost, but not quite. Thing catches him. They take him back to the Baxter building and tie him up, and he speaks and tells them that he is coming. He came searching for the Fantastic Four to help with Galactus. So this golden monkey came from space looking for help. And I imagine next issue we're going to be treated to some Galactus goodness. I thought this was neat in the bullpen bulletin. This is where they mention that they've added UPC codes to their comics. So I don't know. Is this the first one that there's been a UPC code on? I mean, I understand it as far as they explain in bullpen bulletins that they have to have this in order to sell everywhere, and so I get it, but it's too bad because it covers up cover art. That's why I like the direct editions that had like a picture of Spider-Man here or something instead of the UPC code. But yeah, that's progress for you. In the 70s, you got to take the mark to buy or sell. So they did it. And anyway, that's my talk on Fantastic Four 171. If anybody out there knows anything about what I was just blathering on about, please comment down below. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I really appreciate you for watching. Thank you. And I'll see you next time.